Okay. I is back. I is back. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Okay, let's find out who wrote this first. Here we go. It's DJ Cactus. DJ Cactus. What was the last one we read from DJ Cactus? God, I hate how like. Oh, actually, I think he's on. Oh no, they're not. They're absolutely not. Oh fucking hell. I don't know which one was the last one we read from DJ Cactus though. Because they're not in numerical order. Why they're not in numerical order? Why would you do this to me? Okay, I know I read a couple like of DJ Cactus. I mean, I found one here, 2151. The ties that bind us. I remember reading that one. Is that fucking hell? Why DJ Cactus? Why couldn't you just put them in the numerical? I think that's. Hold on. Yeah. I think 2151 is the most recent one we read from them. Pardon me. 2151. Yeah, it's that. It's when those. It's like two rings. If you. Is it the rings? I just know that it's like two people fuse into each other. Become one person, but it's not a pretty sight. Alright, DJ Cactus, you wrote The Demon Lahire and the Valley of Lust. Okay. That is a interesting title you give me here, DJ Cactus. What's in the bottle? Water. Where's the thing? I forgot to add the Alcohol Republic. Here we go. Alright, let's go. This is non-sparkling water. I usually have sparkling water, but because I had a whole bag of sunflower seeds, my mouth is all like rough from the salt, so sparkling water would definitely just irritate it more. Okay guys, adult content. This article contains adult content may not be suitable for all readers. Features non-consensual sex. Okay. We're gonna take this seriously. No jokes. If you're above the age of 18 and wish to read read such content, then you may click continue. Okay, first gotta make sure there's nothing like dangerous being shown that that Twitch would fucking kill me for. We're good. There is some spooky imagery though, but here we go. Item 2245, level 3 confidential, containment class Euclid, disruption class Kinetic, risk class Caution. Little River Canyon near Fallon, Alabama, and primary manifestation site of SCP-2254. This is the second one that happened in Alabama, right? Because Duck Hunt was also in Alabama. Special containment procedures. SCP-2254 is contained within the town of Fallon. Is that pronounced Fallon or Fallon or how, like Alabama? While SCP-2254's incorporeal nature has made it difficult to house in any long-term containment vessel, SCP-2254's isolation within Fallon has been deemed an acceptable amount of exposure in exchange for sustained containment of the entity. Foundation agents embedded within the local law enforcement are to identify anomalous pregnancies that result from involvement by SCP-2254 and introduce an acceptable level of both mifepristone and prostaglandin into the affected subject's drinking water in order to introduce miscarriage. Marriage? What the fuck? Miscarriage. as not all pregnancies resulting from SCP-2254's involvement are anomalous. Due to this protocol, the rate of -1 manifestation has significantly decreased since SCP-2254's discovery. The continued implementation of the Black Tuesday protocol is imperative to the ongoing containment of SCP-2254. By the way, for anybody who doesn't like these type of topics, I would recommend, because it seems to be like an average length thing, maybe like in 15 minutes come back, if you're not comfortable with this. Because we're going in, right now we only had the containment procedures, but we're about to hit the description very soon. If you're not comfortable with this, I fully understand, just click away, watch something else for like 15 minutes, then come back, and then I'll be by the next SCP by then, I think. Update containment memorandum. I'm not going. And everybody watching on YouTube, you click on the video. Like, you click on the video, you can just click away. Update containment memorandum per Foundation Protocol 2513.99. The ongoing containment of SCP-2254 has been transferred to the jurisdiction of Project Paragon. Oh, this seems like a long, much more complicated thing. I think we will leave that alone. All other extant containment procedures remain in place. Description: SCP-2254 is a hostile, massive, incorporeal. My eye is itchy, and I need to get rid of this. Incorporeal entity contained within the town of Fallon, Alabama. SCP-2254 is invisible to the naked eye and can only be viewed using infrared cameras. SCP-2254 form is that of a wildly distorted humanoid, roughly 12.8 meters in height, with extremely distended arms and 6 legs, a misshapen neck and face, thick shoulder-length hair, and severely disfigured genitals. Okay, so the 6 leg has a footnote that says, 2 legs appear to protrude from the upper back, while another 2 protrude from the lower back, just above the tailbone, forcing SCP-2254 to walk in an awkward scuttling motion. And I hate to say this, but the genitals also have a footnote. In place of what would seem to be male genitalia is a seeping mass of pustulous lesions capable of extending out from the main body of the entity. The function of this behavior is unknown. SCP-2254's genitals appear to be otherwise infective and serve to do a little more than impede its progress as it moves. SCP-2254's skin is dark and mottled, and aside from 6 eyes arranged into vertical columns of 3 per side, 2254 face is otherwise featureless, lacking a nose or mouth. SCP-2254's single other defining characteristic is the pictogram of the letter J above a heart that seems to have been branded into its forehead. SCP-2254 is seemingly capable of influencing human decision-making by altering a cognition and manipulating young humans, typically under the age of 20, into a population who would not otherwise be driven to do so. Okay, yeah. This manifests as a reported dream state wherein affected individuals are brought together semi-unconsciously to perform sexual intercourse while in a state of elevated suggestiveness and arousal. Don't like that there's a footnote there. Let's see what happens. Notably, arousal as a result of SCP-2254 influence is not accompanied by elevated hormonal levels, leading researchers to believe the state is wholly fabricated by SCP-2254's influence and not the product of actual biological responses. Yeah, I mean, if you look at this, this does not really speak to me as attractive if you think about it. I would not look at that and be like, you know, be like, I could see myself. You know, I would not. These unions will generally always end in insemination, though SCP-2254's influence can be disturbed by the application of lacrimator agents such as tear gas or ammonia inhalants. Subjects brought out of SCP-2254's influence during the act of copulation usually express some confusion and hostility towards the source of the disturbance, which abates over time. Afflicted subjects will also not express any kind of regret about the sexual union in question, though whether this is also the nature of SCP-2254's influence is currently unknown. So this picture says, process image of SCP-2254 taken from an infrared camera. I assume that's the face. Because it looks like this could be the mouth, and these are the eyes. And for some reason the nose is way up there. As Arnold Schwarzenegger once said, "You one ugly motherfucker." Oh, you one ugly. It is. SCP-2254 generally manifests at the Little Rock Canyon Falls near Fallon, though not in any regular pattern. It is believed that SCP-2254 is more likely to manifest on nights where there are more age-appropriate targets freely available to interact with each other sexually, though this has not been confirmed. After manifestation, SCP-2254 will stalk towards any gatherings of targets, potentially persuading targets in its path to move towards other targets in an attempt to influence more subjects into engaging in sexual intercourse. This is a very horny SCP that we're dealing with. Spider things, whatever spider things. Spiders at least have the decency of not always want to have sex. This thing is just, all it does is just like, you know, you want me. Oh no, you want me. And you're like, yeah, maybe I do want you. You know, maybe you're right. Once at least one pairing of targets has come together in one place and begun interacting sexually. SCP-2254 will lower its face to the level with the pair or group. One person's not enough for this motherfucker. And will stare unblinking into the act until the act is finished. Oh no. No. Staring until the act is finished. That doesn't even matter. That doesn't matter that you're an SCP or not. If you do that as a human being, if you stare at me until we're done, like not blinking, I'll be like, cool, I don't think we'll able to do this again. On the rare occasion the insemination does not occur, SCP-2254 will linger above the pairing for a period of time, during which the couple will interact very little. After a certain amount of time, SCP-2254 will lower its face again and the sexual act will begin again. There have been no instances of insemination not occurring during the second instance, while the odds of conception through this manner are no different than usual. There is a significant chance, greater than 68%, that the mother will become pregnant with an anomalous fetus classified as an -1 instance. Subjects will become anomalously pregnant as a result of SCP-2254's influence will experience the rapid growth of the -1 fetal structure, which will quickly take on a non-human characteristic. Wait, am I understanding this correctly that it lures two different people in and they have sex with each other? Because that's what it's, because it says with the pair. Okay. At least it's still non-consensual, but that it goes from down here being bad to here being bad. You know what I mean? Like the difference is not massive. Still non-consensual act, but at least you're not that. You know. Subjects will become enormously pregnant as a result. The influence will experience the rapid growth of the -1 fetal structure, which will quickly take on non-human characteristics. These fetuses do not fully match either parent in genetic makeup and instead more closely resemble a hypothetical proto-human or early human ancestor with many of the same deformed characteristics of SCP-2254. As developed, -1 instances will take increasingly more resources away from the mothers, starving them to encourage their own expedited growth. You know what? Which other SCP that reminded me of? The fucking insects that eat the innards, like the inside of a baby, and then like become the babies, like basically basically take over the skin, and through that they gather breast milk from the mother, and the baby, like the mother just accepts that the baby never ages. So it's just like, oh oh yeah, my baby has been like this for 5 years, and you're like, are you not surprised it doesn't age? Like, no, not at all. So that's that the whole like starving the mother to like gain what they need remind me of that, because I'm pretty sure that SCP also like basically wrings dry the mom out of breast milk. Starving them. Despite this, Dashmore instances negatively affect the cognition of the birth mother, who will become passionately defensive of the Dashmore instance even as it devours her from the inside out. Yeah, I told you, like, that's also another thing that they have in common. Like, the mother's just being like, yeah, no, this is normal. Dashmore instances generally do not kill the host mother before birthing themselves, though they do cause a significant amount of damage during the birthing that can lead to the mother death by exsanguination from the vaginal canal. Despite a gestation and birthing process that leaves the mother exhausted and extremely malnourished, affected mothers are generally unable to recognize the anomalous nature of -1 instances and will care for them as if they were normal human newborns, including breastfeeding them. -1 instances are extremely sexually violent and will attempt to rape, maim, and consume any living creature that disturbs them when they are with their mother. I will say one thing. I feel like maim and consume would have been enough. -1 instance during dissection, approximate age is 8 days post-conception. Ew. Mothers will generally continue to breastfeed the -1 instance. Usually two or three are born at a time. Oh god, until they are either expire, typically from severe malnutrition or cardiac arrest, or reach maturity. In the event of the mother's death, -1 instances will consume the corpse and then disappear into an available nearby sheltered area, including abandoned buildings, forests, scrap yards, etc. Uncontained -1 instances are believed to be the cause of no fewer than 30 reported sexually explicit deaths over the last 15 years. Then 1. Discovery. SCP-2254 was discovered after an amateur what's up with me and words right now? Photographer from Fort Payne, Alabama, accidentally captured footage of SCP-2254 through an infrared camera lens. Foundation assets quickly secured a perimeter around the town, after which a 4-month period of research and investigation began. It was determined that SCP-2254 was not containable by typical methods, and after SCP-2254 was followed to Birmingham, Alabama, to follow a local of the town who had recently moved to the city. Programs were implemented to discourage movements of affected persons out of Fallon. More information about this can be found in Addendum 2, and here we go. Addendum 2, Black Tuesday Protocol. The Black Tuesday Protocol was established to purposefully and effectively depress the local economy of Fallon, Alabama, in order to retain the local population and control exposure to SCP-2254. The Black Tuesday Protocol is built on 5 core tenets. Number 1, reduce spending at the state levels to local schools and other educational programs. Number 2, reduce exposure to media that glamorize or glorifies urban living. Increase exposure to heroin and other opioids. Wow, okay. Decrease the price of alcohol and tobacco. Enforce a family-first doctrine found in evangelical Christianity that prioritizes a family structure wherein older members of the family are relied upon for child care while younger members are free to continue procreation. Black Tuesday Protocol also dictates the ongoing treatment of 5 women from Fallon who no longer live within the town and who are visited occasionally by SCP-2254. All of these women, ages 16 to 29, are being dosed through the water supply with the aforementioned mix of mifepristone and prostaglandin to inhibit pregnancy. Okay, so gotcha. They are unconscious of this treatment, and while their inability to conceive children has taken a marked toll on their mental health, the protocol has significantly diminished their odds to conceive in a -1 instance and has reduced the number of birthed instances outside of Fallon to 0. It is very harsh procedure, but it is necessary, right? Like at the end, I feel for these women. Like they didn't ask for any of this. They didn't ask for this type of fate to be put upon them. But the fact that, like, you know, this creature hangs around them and wants to like basically force them to get pregnant with weird little like sick freaks of monster babies. At the end, I fully understand. Like, yeah, we just gotta like reduce the chance that you can get pregnant by a lot. Probably even nullify it if we can. Addendum 3 interview. The following is an interview by Agent Lemire, posing as an investigative journalist, and a local woman named Kate Burnett. Miss Burnett was notably twice the subject of an anomalous conception due to SCP-2254's influence. The first of which resulted in the birth of 2-1 instances, and the second of which was caught and terminated as a result of current containment measures. Alright, we're recording. Thanks for taking the time to sit with me, Miss. Oh, that's Kate. Kate Barnett. But my maiden name is Kate Forrest. Perfect. So when I called you on the phone, I had asked about some things that had come up in your medical history. You talk about my babies. Yes. How many kids did you say you had? Well, there's Daniel and Bob and the twins, then baby June who passed. So Daniel. Non-anomalous child still living in Fallon, age 26. Non-anomalous child lives with his father out of state of age 19. Twins. 2-1 instances, oh fuck. Both which reached full maturity and were presumed destroyed after Mobile Task Force Alpha 44 big game hunters raided an -1 nest, killing several of the instances. There's a nest? Blah. Oh no, dude. June who passed. Non-anomalous infant died due to complications from SIDS. I was pregnant with another, but it didn't make it neither. That one instance that was terminated as a result of containment protocols. God, this woman was busy. Yeah, that's perfect. Can you tell me about anything unusual you may have noticed with the twins? Something strange about how they were conceived, I mean. You mean about the daddy? He's a good for nothing. We had one stupid drunk night and I got knocked up and he ran off. The following question is Mason Banks, a welder who lives 3 doors down from Miss Burnett. Didn't want nothing to do with them. Would have been lost if it weren't for Jack. Jack? Yeah, Jack's about as much daddy as they had. It's good too, since he's a damn sight better father than Mason ever would have been. So is Mason the original dad? Who's Jack? He's... You ever seen something in a dream and then later you've seen it in real life and you just know it's the same? That's Jack. He comes to me in the night. Mason got me knocked up and he's so pretty with that blonde hair in his eyes. He knows how to treat a woman right. I told him that Mason had left and that I think he had got me pregnant, and Jack said not to worry about it, that he'd be there to take care of things. How did you know you were pregnant? Oh, that's just a mother intuition. Sometimes you just know. And I knew. And Jack knew too. But he told me everything was going to be alright. And he'd take care of my babies. I see. How long have you known Jack? Well, ever since I was little, I guess. Maybe since when I was in the 9th grade when Daniel was born. Well, 9th grade Daniel was born. Girl! That's a... Okay. Jack was there then. He didn't say much then, just that I was his special girl and that he was going to be around for a while. He wasn't around much when Dan was growing up, but he was when the twins were born and then again when I had the miscarriage. God, he was so sad about that. I cried and he just held my hand and said, there, that's alright. You're still my special girl. Are you the only person who knows Jack? I don't think so. I think just all girls around here know Jack. He's just so supportive, you know. Like It's like he knows what it's like to want to be a mother, and he's just there to make it alright. To some of them, though, you know, he's just Jack. But between you and me, he's my Jack. I see. Anything else you have to add? I don't think so. Hey, you seem to know all about this. You ever seen Jack's brothers? Brothers? Yeah, I think they're all named Jack. They're just each sort of different. Jack is scared of them. I'm too, but I never seen them. Just the way he talks about them, you know they're bad. Bad? Bad how? I don't know. I just know that Jack is always smiling. Except when he talks about his brothers, then he's not smiling much at all. And log. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. He has siblings. There's more of them. It's getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them. I will be honest. I think at the end, I read an SCP that was a lot darker when it came to the non-consensual sexual act. Like, there was a lot darker one that I read. So it's always very. You have to be always so cautious how you write that, because like you can come across as just very insensitive. You can come across as very non-caring of the actual action. I think besides the baby sexually assaulting people, this SCP was interesting. It's basically like this like being that like makes people have sex with each other and then like creates monster babies, and he's like to the people, to the women, he almost seems like this understanding, well-mannered, polite, handsome man that just knows what I'm going through, that just understands me, that is scary. Which I do like that. If you think about it, it's very much like the idea of like how, especially nowadays, how some people have a facade, like they have a face, right? They have a mask of how they act around you or towards you. They act all like nice, or like, yeah, no, I get it, oh, yeah, sure. But then deep inside, if you take that away, they're actually a monster. Which is kind of, again, maybe the teacher characters did not intended that for this one. But that's, you can read it like that, like how like Jack is supposed to be this like kind-hearted, well-mannered, caring person, but then like the foundation's like, yeah, no, it's this weird spider being that just wants you to have more and more babies. But so yeah, but again, that is interesting. But at first with the whole like non-consensual sex, at first I was like, okay, it's not too bad. This is doable. But with the baby, with the offspring, then just going off and doing that, I was like, especially because it's saying like it was saying after they were birthed. I was like, what? This is a bit too much. That part I will say was a bit much. I actually will just say that in Twitter. It's like, it's always high risk to write about sexual assault. You can come across as insensitive or non-caring. This is a hell of a conversation to be set to count. Yeah, I know. My Apple Music did not choose the right song for this. You can come across as insensitive or non-caring. I do like the idea that Jack is a metaphor for the nice guy that we have a person you can rely on, but has ulterior motives. There we go. Okay, let me quickly answer my friend here again, because they have been responding. Hold on.
Did you guys know that Link is part Gerudo?
Yeah, see, that's I hate that already. Whew, okay, we got that behind us now.